Hey Jerry, crappie-holic, and today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you 5 different ways to clean a crappie, starting with the basics of spooning the scales off, cutting the head off, frying it whole, all the way up to using the fillet knife, electric knife, and skins it. So we're going to start with crappie number 1. We're using the new 2-way fillet board, and what you do is you clip it in there, and it's just like holding the fish, with your thumb. You grab it just like that, and what that does is that holds the fish in position. So now, taking a spoon, just a little bit of force, and what you're going to do is rake toward the head of the fish, against the scales, get along the backbone, get under the tail, under the belly. Now, with the 2-way fillet, you just take this, flip the fish, and he's still locked into position. All right, so we're going to go right up through here like this. All right. Now, at this point, all the scales where I need them to be off the fish are off the fish. So I'm left-handed, so I'm going to swap this back over here. Now, taking the American Angler manual knife, I'm going to take it and cut against the head right here. Well, tell you what, I'm going to do this right here. All right, flip it over, cut against the head right there, and then go right here at the anal spot and just cut at an angle all the way up. Now, reach in there and get out all your good stuff. And what you've got here is a perfect whole crappie ready to hit the cornmeal and go in the grease. Now, the second thing I'm going to show you is the manual way of filleting one, and that is to just come up here and go alongside the fish, turn the blade toward the tail, get against the backbone. When you feel the backbone, push to the backbone, flip it, go to the skin, and then push toward the back of the fish. Now, that gives you a perfect fillet right there. Take that, flip it over, same deal. Cut toward the head, turn the blade. When you feel the backbone, cut at an angle, slight pressure so you don't cut through the fish. And just like that, you have 2 fillets off the fish. Now, what we'll do at that point is you feel the ribs right here. You cut above that rib cage and follow it. There's a white area right here at the back of the belly. Come around that white area right there and back, and that is a perfect boneless fillet with a manual knife. Once again, above the rib cage, just like so, cut right there to the back of the rib cavity, and then back, just like that. And what you're doing, you're alleviating the ribs, but you're getting a boneless fillet. Now, that is your manual way of doing the fish. Actually, I'm going to show you one more with the manual that I was taught. This is a little more meticulous, but cut, and then go right down the top of the back by the fin on both sides. And then you cut in at an angle till you feel the bones. There's the bones right there. Keep your knife tip against the bones all the way to the backbone. Once you get to the backbone behind the ribs, you push through, just like that. And you can take a fillet off. I kind of feel against the ribs like that. and like so. And what that does is that keeps you from having to, one, gut the fish, two, you get all the meat just like the other one. I'm gonna go ahead and do that one more time real quick to get that fillet out of the way. And the reason I've not got him clipped to the board is there's just a whole lot more movement to the fish doing it this way. So, you know, it's a little more meticulous. This is not the way I suggest doing it, but this is another way that I was shown how to do it. And so I'm just showing y'all all the ways that I know. All right, so now that's the third way. Now we'll get to the more fun part. Get him locked in here. This is the American Angler Pro Series electric fillet knife with the shark blade. This is my #1 go-to. Now, take that shark blade. The shark blade is narrow right here, so what that does is that gives you a narrow turn, so you can actually turn flip and cut. Yeah, a little flipping. Whoop. I didn't have it in there good. Flip it in there. All right. All right. Female. Now, again, you're left with your ribs. So, tip of the knife, just cut around the ribs. Back up, perfect fillet. One more time, tip around the edge of the ribs. Back toward the front, perfect fillet. Now, tell you what, I'm gonna do a little bit, stay where you at. I'm gonna do a bigger fish. And this is why I use the Skins It. So Skins It will save you 50% or 30% more meat per fillet by using the Skins It, because you maintain all the rib meat. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do with the American Angler and the shark blade, we're gonna do just what we did a second ago. And we're gonna make that turn and head toward the tail. But we're gonna cut the whole fillet off. Now, flip her over. I'm liking this table. This two-way fillet helps steady the fish. All right, so now we'll take that, drop her. Now, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna move to the Skins It. A lot of y'all have seen me with this device right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go at a downward angle. You grip right here. It will not engage until you grip this. So you grip to close this. It is not sharp either, it's just a stainless gear. So engage. Now, I just roll the ribs out of that fillet, leaving that fillet intact. So then you're gonna point the head of the fish toward the Skins It, engage it. Notice the meat goes under, skin goes through. Now, what you have done, you have kept all the rib meat off of that fish. Now, on these bigger fish, sometimes you'll end up with some pin bones right here. These are so small, I'm just gonna leave it because they'll cook down to nothing. So, one more time on the Skins It. Angle, grip, roll your ribs out, turn it. Perfect fillet. And that is Crappieholic's 5 ways to clean a crappie. So if you have any questions, just message me. But I think I covered everything. Just remember, American Angler knives Whether you're using a manual or an electric, best knife on the market, in my opinion. Skins it, fishskinner.com. Two-way fillet, check them out at filletboard.com. So, crappieaholic.com, crappieaholic.net. We'll see you down the road.